So, hello everybody. Today I'm joined by Kate. Kate, thank you for taking some time today. Could you do a quick intro of who you are and what it is that you do?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Kate, I'm a coach, and I help mid-career women move from feeling stuck and confused about what they want to clear, confident, and excited about their next chapter.
Cool, amazing. Thank you for joining me, and it's good to have you here. So, bit of context for the viewers. So, me and Kate actually have finished working together now.
Yeah.
And I think this is actually quite a cool interview because Kate wanted to do the interview after our time was done to prove that it would carry on working afterwards, which I think is a good, if anything, is quite a cool bit of social proof and proof as well. So, before we get into
Yeah.
that bit, I guess we met a while back now. It was May, yeah, it was May last year. I
God, it was
remember.
probably over a year ago we had our first chat. Yeah,
Yeah,
May
yeah,
last
it
year.
was May last year, yeah, because I remember. So I guess I mean, I don't know if you remember now, it's a long time ago, but at that point on your journey, like what was the main frustration? Why did you book that initial chat with me? What was you struggling with?
Yeah. So the main frustration for me was just finding people to coach, like genuine leads that were in my kind of ideal area of the women that I wanted to help. And it was just because it's not a job title or this or that, I was just finding it really hard to find them.
Mm,
I was also working part-time at the time, so my youngest was still in nursery. So I only had 3 days a week. And so there was kind of like this balance of not really having the time. And
yeah.
I'd been doing it probably 3 or 4 years on and off at that point, and
Hmm.
had kind of tried lots of things, but just wasn't finding the consistency with leads. So the things that were working with me when I first opened my coaching practice, like directories and things like that, they had stopped working for about probably about a year by the time you and I first spoke.
Hmm.
I tried things but wasn't really seeing the results in stuff. And I was on the brink of my youngest starting school in the September. So that kind of felt like a new era where I would just have some more time to really focus and was just really craving a system that worked and kept on working.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, okay. And so I guess then what was your feeling at the time then around lead generation, sales, getting clients?
Yeah, great question. I think my feeling was frustration, but there
Mm.
was like this blind optimism that there must be there must be a way to make it work.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think scattered is a word that comes to mind because there were just lots of information, lots of things I
Hmm.
know or felt I knew I should be doing that should
Yeah.
work, but just I hadn't found a way to put those things into practice that I was seeing results. So
Mm.
yeah, I think frustrated would be the main word.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most common word I hear across everyone. So yeah, and so you mentioned a second ago as well, which I already knew, but obviously you tried some things before. So what exactly had you done before? Like what strategies were, you don't have to name drop, but like in terms of the actual strategy and what they got you to implement.
Yeah. So I guess I started with directories,
Yeah.
which actually in the beginning was working really well for me. And I was finding I would have discovery calls drop in my diary, and I was converting those at a really good rate as well.
Mhm.
I guess because they were already warmed up to the idea of coaching and
Yeah.
my profile as a coach. So that kind of worked, and I thought, great, big tick. The thing was when that stopped working or stopped being so consistent, then it became potentially a little bit scattergun. So I kind of tried
Mm.
some Instagram, but wasn't really seeing results. I wasn't finding my audience. I was just finding lots of other people that wanted to sell to me.
Okay.
I also didn't get into this to be an influencer or a content creator. So while it was, fun at the beginning, that just became a real drag. And I kind of just made a conscious decision not to do that.
Yeah.
Tried LinkedIn in terms of kind of doing a bit more LinkedIn content, but wasn't really, again, connecting with the people that I could potentially help.
Mm.
Um, I did a trade show for people who are looking to retrain and
Okay.
spent money and learnt a hell of a lot of stuff, but actually walked away from that with like less leads than I probably get in one day now.
Yeah.
which is kind of mad to say. What
Yeah.
else did I try? Like training and online courses in how to build a business and as a
Mhm.
coach and marketing. But again, it was just lots of information. And yeah, I did that, translating that to kind of tangible, what do I then do then was not really happening. So,
Mm. Yeah, it's interesting to hear all the different things that you tried. And so I remember when obviously we spoke in May initially, that was the first time we met, but I remember you didn't get started till like sort of mid to end September. So
Mhm.
I what when it came to that point where you were like, okay, I'm gonna do it, what made you go ahead and take the decision to work together?
For me, I realized that the other things that I had tried, what they were lacking was a real one-to-one support.
Hmm.
So that was one of the things that kind of tipped me over the edge. I think also actually just the back and forth that you and I had,
Yeah.
like, and the extra catch-ups that kind of helped me just really look at like, okay, if I don't do this, then what would I do?
Yeah.
Um, the other thing that made me start was speaking to the other coaches that you worked with.
Hmm.
That was a real vote of confidence that you were so happy to kind of just put me in touch with them, but also very different coaches, but both had nothing but positive things to say, and that really reassured me. So I think overall, I just felt like, right, I need something with a focus, I need something with a system, I need something with proven results. These people are telling me it's actually working for them. So it was kind of a what have I got to lose? But it was also at a time of, but very scary because if it doesn't work, then I've kind of
Yeah.
got nothing left. I don't really know how much more I can keep trying this. I didn't have
Yeah.
much more savings in reserve. So it was, without sounding dramatic, it felt like on the brink of a make or break type
Oh
moment
wow.
in terms of, yeah, this business of being a coach and being a self-employed coach. So I
Wow.
think for me, it was, yeah, hearing from the horse's mouth, people that had worked with you, knowing that there was focus and a system that I would be able to just go end to end in terms of who do I want to target and then how do I have a successful discovery call. Um, yeah, what else would I say about that? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. It's cool to. It's interesting to hear where you were in that moment. So I guess then the exciting bit. What are the main results and changes that you've seen now in your business since working together?
Yeah. So the main change is I've now got a system that works.
Yeah.
And I think as you said, I was hesitant to have this interview straight off the bat of finishing the program because
Mhm.
I think because it had been so long of things not working consistently, I think for myself I wanted to see, okay, well, month one worked. What about month two? Oh, month two worked. What about month three? So I'm now in month six, the sort of six. I'm now in month six of my tracker, and I'm seeing really, really consistent results in black and white statistics about like basically every level of the process.
Mhm.
So I'm getting between kind of 10 and 15 new leads or new followers a day. I'm signing up a couple of new clients a month, which is about the pace that I wanted to go at.
Nice.
Um, and also, just before we spoke, I looked at my discovery call stats as well.
Yeah.
And based on like the average number of discovery calls that I was getting per year before you and I started working together, I've already doubled my annual average, and we're not even halfway through the year yet.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
So I think even in
Wow.
terms of like just having that pipeline of, and also what I would say is really, really relevant women that I'm speaking to. They're exactly the
Mm.
kind of people I want to help with the challenges that I want to support. So it's just been a game changer, to be honest, like in terms of just having visibility or access, I guess,
Yeah.
to those women. And I think also just the conversations I'm having with them, even if I don't end up having a discovery call, I'm learning so much about the kinds of
Mm.
challenges that they're facing and the kind of goals that they're saying. So, just from even a market research perspective and helping me understand who I want to help better, it's been great from that front.
No, that's cool. That's amazing. That's really nice to hear because, yeah, obviously I remember the consistency was a big thing for you. So, I mean, I knew it would carry on working, but it's nice to know that you learned so much in that 4 months that you're able to carry on running it and you've got that consistency still. And
Yeah.
obviously I know when we started how hesitant you were. So I'm glad to, because I
Mm.
knew again, I'm always going to say that, but I knew like you had everything you needed to succeed. So I was very, very confident in the fact that it get you working. So I'm happy you took the leap of faith because yeah, there we go. That's good stuff though. So I guess for you now, considering how you were feeling before about lead generation, sales, getting clients, where would you say you're at now in terms of that feeling of getting clients for the coaching business?
Mm. I just feel well, reassured. Relaxed is probably the wrong word, but I just feel like I'm now able to focus on other aspects. And I
Mm,
think now that I've got the system in place, I'm just getting more and more relaxed with it, that I'm able to just do everything else around getting the leads, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
Like even being able to go on a discovery call and feel ready and clear about how I'm going to run a discovery call and what I'm going to do afterwards. Like I think, yeah, I'm trying to think of a good word actually. Maybe I need to answer this question again. How am I feeling? I would say like I'm just feeling really reassured, but also optimistic.
Mm,
And this might sound strange, but professional. I
okay.
think the thing is like I feel like I'm actually running a business now, not that I'm
Mm,
just a coach trying to find clients. Um,
yeah.
so that's been a big shift, and it's meant that I'm able to just think about other things that are going to help me level up or be a better coach or new ideas about things that I can do because I'm not spending all my day creating content. And actually, that is one thing that I will say that has been my favorite thing about this. Because at first I was really hesitant about working with Instagram, A,
Yeah.
because I can't, I just had been burnt and I didn't want to kind of keep having to churn stuff out. And I think while I could definitely probably get even better results if I was more consistent with new content on Instagram, I can say that I haven't uploaded anything else in like 6 months. I've put no new content on my grid. I've done a couple of stories about an article that I've written, and that's about it. And it hasn't impacted my stats or performance at all. So that's a
No.
big plus for me that I can like make Instagram work without having to be a content creator week in, week out. Um, yeah, that's
Nice.
been a big win.
No, good stuff. Yeah, like I say, so I do it like that because I know most people don't want to create content. I'm
Mm.
just as guilty of it. I haven't posted since February, so so I get it. But cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I really enjoyed working with you. Like you just followed this process, trusted the process, and well, you are where you are now because of that. And I mean, I said to you, I think I said to you on the voice note the other day, I now use you as a case study for the new people. I'm like, this is how the page needs to look. So, but
Thanks.
overall, I enjoyed working with you. You're just easy to work with. But I guess from your point of view, what was your favorite part about working together and just the process overall?
Yeah. Well, I would say, Alexa, you're an absolute joy to work with. You really
No,
are. I
thank you.
think you're just very genuine and you really care about the people that you work with, and you also know your stuff inside out. And you've just got very, very focused on one thing, and you know you're doing it amazingly. So it just felt really clear. Everything felt really clear.
Mm,
Think you're very calm and supportive in terms of any sticky bits or questions. Like you're really good at helping me overcome those quickly. I think things like even going through the discovery calls, which and giving feedback on more of the sales element, like that was something I was really dreading because it's just so cringe watching yourself back. But yeah, you were just so non-judgmental, supportive, had really useful and tangible advice for things. So
Mm.
yeah, I think the one-on-one aspect and the support that you gave, and really generously, actually, like more than I was expecting, is what made the difference for me. Because otherwise, it could just be another online course, but it's
Yeah,
not because you've got a wealth of information and then you've got you. And I
yeah.
think yeah, it was the working with you and having you at the end of WhatsApp or, just
Oh,
having
thank
that support and hand holding where you needed it. Yeah, and also like having that opportunity to bring the coaches together, that was nice, and it
you.
wasn't necessarily something that I was looking for. Because there's other opportunities to kind of be in a coach community, but it was really nice to have the group calls and the forum as well to, yeah, just see how other people are getting on. So, and
No.
appreciated that.
Yeah. Thank you. No, I appreciate that. And then last two questions for you. I think this one people find useful is before you signed up, what were your main hesitations and concerns? I think a lot
Mm.
of people naturally when they do these things have those. So yeah, was there anything in particular that was sort of causing you a concern, hesitation, like I say?
Yeah. The main one was what if it doesn't work for me? And I
Mm.
think because you've got so many good client testimonials, that's what really intrigued me and made me kind of talk to you to start with, I guess. But yeah, there's always that doubt of, yeah, but what if it doesn't work for me? Because I had
Yeah.
invested in other things, I had tried other courses, I kind of knew the basics, like I said, but yeah, there was kind of what if it doesn't work for me question. And I think the added nervousness was like, that it wasn't just the investment in you, but it was also the investment in paid ads.
Yeah.
Um, and is that going to work? Is it not going to work? Um, but yeah, I think the irony in all of this is my previous career was in media agencies helping big brands spend their money. So it's like, I
Yeah.
know that paid advertising works, but I think when you're a solopreneur, you kind of feel like, yeah, but I don't have that budget. So I think that felt scary because it was like, oh, but if you want to pay for advertising, you've got to spend a lot. And actually, I'm
Yeah.
seeing, I mean, £11 a day is what I'm spending, and it's working for me. So, um,
Nice.
and that's the other thing, actually, that I would say that I've now made back all of my investment, including my ad
Nice.
spend so far, which I
Amazing.
can't say for anything else that I've tried. Um, so that's been another really, really nice moment.
Amazing. Good, good. I'm glad to hear it. Now you're just all in the green and it's all
Mm.
amazing. Good stuff. And so I appreciate you sharing all this, by the way. I do, it means a lot. And last question I have for you then is who would you recommend us to and why?
I'd recommend you to any coaches that are just looking for a clear system that they can just get a steady pipeline of new potential leads that they can talk to and have discovery calls with and sign up as clients. Like, yeah, anyone that just a coach that is looking for some consistency in their lead generation. And yeah, I would also say maybe like any coaches who, even if they've tried stuff and lost faith in those things, that this could be the thing that works for them because I've definitely seen that it's worked for me. And yeah, maybe also any coaches that feel like they want or need to be on Instagram or that their clients are on Instagram, but they don't want to be content creators because
Mm,
even though obviously you do need to create some content, you don't have to churn it out on a steady basis. So I think people who are willing to be in front of camera but don't want to have to do that every single week or every single month, but they just want to reach the right audience for them. Um,
mm.
yeah,
Cool. Amazing. Kate, thank you so much. I really do appreciate your time. And yeah, overall, very happy for you. It's very well deserved. And like I say, it's just going to keep running now. So you just keep rinse and repeat what's working. You've got
yeah.
that system. So amazing stuff. Thank you for your time. And for
Thank
anybody
you.
watching, any more context you want about what we've done together or the strategy, anything like that, there'll be a link in the description of the video. But again, Kate, thank you.
Thank you, Alexi.
Cheers.